Hey, I just want to point out, do y'all see this makeup and my hair? Like, it's fading, but it's really pretty. Like, sorry, I just had to do that. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, then welcome to my channel. Yes, it's been a while since I recorded my last video, probably a few months, more than a few months, but I'm pretty sure all of you are here because of the title. So, when I first got my first pair of platforms, I was very unsure before I even bought them. I was unsure whether I was going to be able to survive in them. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to even walk in them, and I was very unsure if I was actually going to put them to good use, because I'm not going to lie, platforms are expensive. They are pretty expensive. Not gonna lie, some start at 60 and some are 200 plus, so depending on which one you get will depend on how much you spend. So this video is mainly just a little guide to let you know of how you can use them, how to survive in them, how do you know which style is going to fit you, how do you know which what is that called, which is going to be your size. Because when I was first looking for platforms, I had the hardest time. When I finally found them, it just kind of happened. Okay, so let's get into this video, and I hope this helps you answer any questions you have out there about any type of platforms. These are specifically for heeled platforms, not for flat platforms. If you are looking for flat platforms, my goodness, I will kind of add some little things for that, but since I mainly only have bought heeled platforms and no heeled platforms, I will mainly be only talking about heeled platforms. But I have asked people that I did know about flat platforms what's their best advice on it. So let's get into this, and I hope you guys really like this. But the first thing I'm gonna go over is, how do you know your size? For me, the first time I kind of figured out my size was, okay, so I commute to LA for school, and that commute's like 2 hours. But where I go to school at FITM, and probably a good like 6 or 8 blocks from there is Rave Wonderland. So I walk. I literally walk to. I used to walk to Rave Wonderland pretty often, and I actually walked there and I saw the platforms there because I'm like, I really want a pair. Like, they're so beautiful, they're so amazing, I want a pair. So I went to Rave Wonderland and I was trying on platforms. I tried on the two different brands that they have, which is Demonias and YRU. And so I kind of figured out what size I am. YRU, I'm a size 5. Demonios, I'm a size 6. And I don't think Demonios even carry a size 5 to begin with, or certain ones don't. So the first ones I have, they're kind of like dirty and beat up, because the first place I wore them to was Nocturnal, which I did kind of regret after, because they did get really dirty. And I'm also going to give a little bit tips of how you can kind of clean these type of platforms. So here's my first ones. They're white. They're not that white anymore, but probably the ring light's making them look white. I don't know. Do they look white? Can you see that they're dirty? Yeah, you can see right here. But anyways, they're really freaking dirty, and they have like these hearts and the zipper in the back and the buckle and everything. So everything, when I get shoes, no matter what kind of shoes I get, I keep them in the original box and bags if I can. So here's the whole entire box and bag. I just like to keep them at their best for as long as I possibly can. So yes, I still have this in here. I wore them 3 times already. I wore them to Nocturnal day 2, and then I wore them for Escape day 1 and day 2, because they went with both of my outfits. So here's gonna be pictures of me in these platforms. Alright, cool. So now that you guys seen them, I'm gonna give tips on this one, and then I'll go over these ones that are beautiful. Oh my god, I wore them for Never Say That. They don't even look worn. Oh, I don't know what that is. but they don't even look worn. Like, look at them, they do not look worn at all. And I'm gonna give advice on these ones. These right now are the currently only two that I own, but I do look into getting another pair. Please don't judge me. I love them and they're beautiful and they're amazing. And best believe when you get your first pair, you're kind of gonna get addicted. So for these ones, these demonias, these are demonias, and you can tell they're pretty used up. Go, I believe it's a size bigger, but I'm pretty sure they're pretty true to fit, because when I did put them on, there was a little bit of gapping, and I'm naturally a size 5 in shoes, naturally, and these did give me some space. So what I really like about these ones is that they're chunky, that they're very like wide. This tip, this specific thing is gonna go for all platforms out there. If you feel that they are a little too tight, this is for platforms, for boots, for anything. If you feel that they are a little too tight, pour a bag. I'll probably insert a clip right here, but put a bag inside the shoe. I'll show you guys right now. I did it with these ones because these ones really needed it. Put a bag and fill it with water, a Ziploc bag, a big one or a small one, whichever one. Put a bag inside, like spread it out, and then get something with water and pour it in the bag of water, and then zip it up, put it into the freezer. And the bag, you know, water always gets bigger when it freezes rather than getting smaller, so it will expand the shoe automatically. So like, you know, you'll let it freeze, and then after you take it out in the morning, like let's say you let it freeze overnight, you take it out, you take the frozen ice out, you let that defrost in the sink, and your shoes will be wider. So I did it like probably 3-4 times. I did it 4 times with these ones. These ones I didn't. All I did with these ones was that I got my socks. I know they're somewhere around here. So I got my socks. These are Nike socks. They're really thick. I got my socks and I shoved it in there like to the corners, and I made sure I filled up the whole entire bottom, like where my foot would be, basically as wide as I can possibly get it to extend. And I left it in there probably for a good like week and a half to 2. Like every day I was shoving them more and more in to expand it more and more. So I did actually expand my shoes a pretty good sum. But it's good because for these type of chunky heels, I really recommend, sorry, this is like up to it. I really recommend wrapping your feet in, like, what is this, the tape? I bought these off Amazon. So like the medical tape when you get like injured and they just wrap it. Don't squeeze your foot, because then you're gonna cut your circulation to your foot, and then good luck trying to walk. So actually, before applying that, I do know there was another girl that she has these amazing outfits, and she was asking for advice to make her foot feel better before some events that she was gonna wear platforms to. So I actually me and my dad got something on our foot, and they said to help it heal, to put moleskin on it. So this is Dr. Scholl's moleskin plus padding roll. So this is how it looks. It's moleskin. Oh my god. Okay, so it's already been cut. I think it's like, I don't know how long it is, but you can basically, it comes in a good size where you can cut it down to however size or shape you want it to specifically be. So I would mainly cut it, and I would, sorry, you're gonna see my sock, it's a little dirty right now. I will cut it down to cover this specific area, like my whole ball of my foot, all the way to the corner to where my pinky toe is. And yes, I have a really tiny foot. And then I'll cover this bottom area, and then I'll cover the back of my ankle right here. I will cover back here because, you know, sometimes when you get new shoes, that back part cuts. So before, I don't know why it cut me off. Anyways, so beforehand of, you know, just wearing them to an event, like that's the worst thing you can kind of do. Like, never wear them and just wear them to an event and hope for the best. don't do that. You're setting yourself up. Like, I'm sorry, but like that's not a good idea to do, especially if they are heeled platforms, because you can't forget they are heels. Yes, it does have like a 2-3 inch heel right here, 2-3 inch platform here, and you're probably only getting like a 2-3 inch actual heel. Think about it. You're walking on your feet for probably 8 or more hours. Your feet are gonna be tired. If your feet are originally tired from any rave or festival at the end of the night in just regular walking shoes or running shoes, your feet are gonna be killing you by the end of the night in platforms if you don't do what you need to do to make sure that they are good and safe and good, and I said good 2 times, to make sure that they are not beaten up, I guess. So when they first come in, try them on, see how they fit, see how they feel. Walk in them, but don't walk in them in carpet. Walk on them in cement or tile, because that's gonna make you feel what you're actually gonna feel. If you feel some type of pain in a certain area of your foot, make sure you do what you need to do. Take the precautions to cover that part of the foot, to give that support to that foot. Like I said, I did use, I'm gonna give you guys this example. I did use this moleskin for nocturnal, and I wrapped my foot in the tape because I was using my white platforms, and my feet were amazing. I did not feel any pain. I'm not gonna lie, my foot did go a little numb, but my feet were fine. The next day I was like, I hate wearing shoes. I'm gonna just say it now. I absolutely hate wearing shoes. And anytime I'm with my boyfriend, I ask him to like rub my feet. He hates rubbing my feet, but he does it anyways. And so I wrapped my foot again in this moleskin for Escape Day 1, and I also had wrapped, put this on my old friend's foot for Escape Day 1 too, because I asked her, do you want this? It really helped me for nocturnal, and it's really gonna help. It helps me with my platforms. And she was like, yeah, sure. So I put it on her foot, and I think it did help her. I don't really remember. I do remember I did ask her at the end of the night, but like I said, I don't really remember. Like, I wasn't fucked up or anything. It was just, I just don't remember. And day 2, again, I was wearing my white heeled platforms. I was wearing these platforms, the same exact ones I wore to nocturnal, the same exact one I was wearing the day before. My feet were not in pain, and they were also wrapped in one of these type of like medical tapes, but I did not have the Dr. Scholl's moleskin. So since I didn't have the moleskin, my feet were killing me day 2. I'm not gonna lie, they were killing me day 2. Absolutely. Oh my god. I was like, my foot is dead. I just want to go home. Like, I'm tired. I am tired. And another thing is, usually with these platforms, you know, I made it expand so I can wear more comfort. So yes, I did wrap my foot in a really good way. I would really suggest looking at videos of like how to wrap your feet, how to wrap the ball of your foot. I will probably end up doing a video of how to properly wrap your foot for platforms, for raves and festivals. But as of right now, I'm just giving tips and advice. I probably will put that video because it would help a lot of people. So another thing was, after putting on the moleskin and after wrapping my feet, I would go in and I would wear like these really thick Nike socks. I'm pretty sure you can get thick socks anywhere. And I would wear them up, and yes, you get sweaty at raves, you get sweaty at festivals. No matter what, you can get sweaty. So make sure you're comfortable. So I would wear these socks rather than like regular ankle socks that I wear on the daily. No, for festivals and raves, I wear these ones when I'm wearing those platforms, because oh my god, because they are literally a lifesaver. I'm not even kidding you. They are such a lifesaver. It's amazing. Like, it really is amazing. And you just need to be careful. You need to make sure like you hold it back. Like, it does take some time to put the socks on, but it's worth it. Another thing is, I do have inserts on these platforms, but I'm not really going to show you guys because I just have everything in there, and it's going to be really difficult to show you guys the inside bottom. But there are insoles. If you are someone that you need insoles, do it. If you don't, then don't. These ones actually have 2 insoles, so there's one for like the ball of my foot and the back of my foot, the back of, yeah, and then there's another one laying on top of it that's really thin, and it's for the arch of my foot, so that way my arches gain support for the entire time that they're in those platforms. That one actually does not have the sticky ripped off. That's another thing. If you do get insoles and you want to try them out, don't take off the sticky, just put it in there. Just make sure you adjust it in the right exact spot, because that's what I do with mine. I hold the one that doesn't have the sticky ripped off, or the plastic ripped off, so it can stay sticky, and I just hold it to where I know it's supposed to be, and I put my foot, and I have absolutely no problem walking. No problem. I don't feel any little bumps, no creases, no nothing. You just need to, like I said, you need to try them out. You need to see how they fit. You need to see how they work. You need to see everything before you actually wear them at a festival. Because if you're wearing them at a festival or a rave for the very first time and have not tried them at home, you do not know how much pain you're going to be in at the end of the night. I promise you. Before I even tried them on or anything, like, I was considering getting platforms, and I asked on Twitter, like, hey, is there anyone that like can give advice on platforms? Like, I'm really looking into them, and I kind of got small little answers, not really something that was gonna actually help me truly. And I was like, well, fuck, I'm gonna have to figure this out on my own. And I DM'd some people that I knew that would wear platforms, and they kind of give me some advice, but not that much. So that's why I'm also here telling you guys that you need to do this. Like, look at these things. I'm helping you. I really am helping you. I'm trying my hardest. Like, sorry this video is long. It's just, as much information as you can get will really save your feet. So that's with those platforms. And with sizing, make sure your feet feel good. Like, you know, after you put on the moleskin and the wraps, your foot's gonna feel a little weird, like just trying to walk just like that. Put it in. Like, I know it's kind of a little bit of a waste, but try it out at home. Try it out at home with the moleskin and how you wrap it, and then see like which way, like, okay, this is how I'm gonna wrap it. Yes, you're probably gonna throw away, use 1 or 2 wrappings, but walk in it, see how you go, walk around the house, walk out in the street, like, walk around, see how they fit, and see like how good you feel in them. Because if you truly do not, return them as soon as you can, truly, because if you know you will not be able to survive in them or anything, like, because it's not just your foot, it's your ankle. You need to also know the terrain of your venue, because when I wore these ones, one, I didn't know it was gonna be grass and dirt, so they got hella fucking dirty, and I was so sad. And the terrain was very like, oh, sorry. I got a little carried away there. And there was like a lot of like little holes, so I did step in one and I twisted my ankle, and I almost fell, but I caught myself. There was a few times where I did twist my ankle in those boots, but not because I wasn't walking correctly, but because there were like holes. I had done a whole entire spin, and I was like, wow, like in those platforms, and my boyfriend just looked at me and he was like, oh my gosh. And yeah, I know them. And if you're concerned about weight, they're not as heavy as you think they would be. They're truly not. Like, they're probably like 2 pounds. They're pretty light. I've held running shoes that are like heavier than that, truly. But it also depends on the material, the heel, how it's just made overall. That's not just, oh, these ones are gonna be lighter because they look like they have a lot less. No, there can be some that are a lot smaller and can be heavier because of whatever materials they're made out of. But that's the other thing. You need to make sure you know the venue, so you know how you're gonna make your, not only your foot survive, but your ankles survive too. So since I have worn my white ones 3 times already, and I know how to walk in them, and everything. They're great, they're amazing, I love them. When they got dirty, I cried. Like, I literally was in my room crying. Like, I don't know how to clean them, and I try to figure out how to clean them. I try rubbing them, but if you can tell, these pretty girls, let me see, this light's a little bright. Ooh. These pretty girls are very sparkly. Like, they are so beautiful, and I think I like that lighting better. It's not too bright. No, no. Right there. Okay, so they're very sparkly, so it's really hard to know how can I clean these because they're very sparkly and you don't want to lose those sparkles. So what I did was I got a wipey, or you can get like a rag, and you just push onto the platform and you let this, like, the ones I used kind of had some soap, and you push it on and you just dab it in, and then it was cleaning it. And the way it looked before, I wish I took before and after pictures. The way it looked before and the way it looks now, like, they looked great. Like, I was crying because I'm like, I don't even think I can like re-survive these. Like they looked so beautiful when I first wore them, and then they don't look as beautiful now. Like, fuck. But it's fine. Like, you know, you live and you learn. Yes, they were kind of expensive, but you know what, like, I love them and I'm still gonna wear them no matter what. You know, I just gotta take more care of them. I have to make sure that they feel the love that I really do have for them. As for these platforms, these beautiful, very, very beautiful girls, yes, they are actually a heel and have a gap. They're not wedges. So these ones were a very bold move and a very bold choice I made here. Let's see. Yes, this is the original bag for them. So these ones I actually got off Dog Kill, and it's because I was looking for new platforms, and we, not gonna lie, Rave Wonderland does have a very smaller selection than Dog does for platforms, for platforms. And like I said, when it gets to sizing, kind of go based off your size, your actual foot size, but also look at comments and reviews of if it's true to fit, if it's a bit smaller, if it's a bit bigger. These ones are actually a size 5, and let me tell you, one of them, my biggest toe is just it. My foot barely fits, and I only got in the size 5 because they had no size 6, and I really wanted them, and I was like, well, if I don't get them now, I'm probably never gonna get them. So I did the big bold choice and decided to get them. So when these came in, they were very narrow. Like, these girls were like where this black thing is. So they were very, very narrow. My foot was squeezed. I was so excited when they came in. I zipped them down. I shoved my foot in them, and my brother was like, calm down, like, break in the zipper. So yes, I did. One of them gives me a hard time, but I did break in the zipper. That's another thing. Make sure you break in the zipper because you don't want to like get too excited and just like, bleh. If I was doing it on my Demonias, I would probably broken the zipper on my Demonias because it is a cheaper zipper, I'm not gonna lie. But this one is a thicker and nicer and sturdier zipper than the other ones I have, but those are thicker. What I like about these is that you really get to choose like how thick you need it for like this part of your leg, your calf. So with these ones, since they came in a bit smaller, like I said earlier, I'm gonna try to either insert a video or make it like, yeah, I'm just gonna insert a video here of how to properly put water in the bag in here, because I tried 3 different ways and they all failed until I figured out you put the bag in first. You spread the bag out around and you make sure, I got like the really big freezer bag, Ziploc bag, and then you get the water and you pour it in there, and then you close it up, and then you can put another one if you need any other spot to kind of be widened out like that. But since I was like, okay, these are laces, this is a lace, I'm not gonna, it's kind of pointless. But right here at the top, like where my rise of my foot is, it did kind of give a little bit of pain at first because it was so tight and it was so like, oh yeah, so they were super tight. And so I did the ice, I poured the water in the Ziploc bag, I zipped it up, I put it into my freezer, I made sure it was standing. Make sure they stand, don't lay them down. No, that's when you're gonna mess up, because then one spot's gonna be widened or it's probably not gonna do anything. So make sure you keep them standing in the freezer. Do whatever you need to do to move stuff around to make it stand, because that's how it's really gonna widen out the boot. As you can tell, it's still not that wide, but it's a lot wider than what it used to be. And I love these. These are so fucking amazing. And like I said, like you can't even tell I like worn them, but that's because I wore them to a venue that was indoors, and it was for Never Say Die in LA at the Shrine. So it was an indoor venue. It doesn't look like I walked in them at all. Like, hey. Anyways, yeah, I put them in the freezer probably a good 4 times with the ice. I did it once, I felt it get a little whiter, and I was like, okay, let me do it again. So I did it again, and I did it 4 times in total. For these ones, I didn't wear my Nike socks because my Nike socks probably go a little bit higher, because I tried them on and they did, like, and I didn't want my socks to be showing. So I searched around and I found these socks in my little cabinet of socks. I didn't even know I had these. I don't even think these are mine, but they were in my cabinet of socks, and they've been there for as long as I can really remember. And they, as you can tell, they go just a little bit above the ankle, and that's a good thing. Like, you usually get some that will go above your ankle because you do not know how much of a difference it's gonna make. So since I knew I couldn't wrap my foot with these specific platforms, when I first tried them on, I'm not gonna lie, they did cause me a lot of pain. And I was gonna get insoles for them, and I was like, no, I don't think I can get insoles for these specific ones because I need as much space as I need for my foot. And I didn't want to get insoles for these ones. I don't know why, I just don't. And so I just went in with my moleskin, and I wrapped my foot the same exact way. I put it on the bottom right here, I put it right here, and I put it back here at the back of my foot so that they don't rub. And I did wear them around my house like probably 2 times after I had put ice in them. And even after, oh my god, why is it like that? Even after the very first time I got them, I walked around the house in them. I walked around the house in them every single time after I put ice. So I was feeling, okay, so my storage is full on my phone, and I had to clear out some stuff quickly to finish up filming this video. Yes, I record on my phone. So I'm gonna try and finish this up as quickly as I can as of right now. So like I said, for these ones, I just did the moleskin for Never Say Die, and I put on these socks to make sure that my socks were not showing, and my feet were perfectly fine. Like I said earlier, with my white ones, my foot did go a little numb. My feet did go a little numb in these ones as well, but it's fine. Like, I love them, they're amazing, and they go numb for like a few seconds, and then I feel them again. I don't know why. Maybe it was just the way I was standing, and then you feel for like what's the best way for you to walk. These ones are a little more dangerous, I'm not gonna lie, because they are like an actual heels. So yeah, they are a little more dangerous to walk in, rather than them being a wedge or being them like a chunky heel where there's like a little tiny gap in between. So when you go shopping for platforms, I do suggest, if you can go into a store and try them on, do that. Figure out what size you are in whatever brand you can possibly figure out for, and go from there. These platforms, I love them so much. My white ones, I love them so much. I want to buy another pair, but I'm very indecisive. Like, I just don't know which ones to get, and I'm like, but these ones, I knew as soon as I saw them I was gonna get them. I didn't even think twice. I was like, bitch, you're mine. Like, you can tell I keep the I keep everything in it to keep the shape as true as I possibly can. Like, it's just a thing I have for shoes that I try just to keep them looking as best as they possibly can. So yeah, honestly, platforms are so amazing. Like I said earlier, you will become addicted to them because they make your outfits look so great. Like I said in those other pictures, like they just look so good. And if I didn't answer those pictures, I'm sorry, but they will be here now. Okay, those are the pictures. And yeah, honestly, platforms, they're just, you need to learn how to make your feet survive in them, and you will just survive any event, any terrain, anything. But like I said, you need to know the venue, you need to know like where you're walking, because these I would not wear at no dirt venue because I would really worry about my ankles. These ones are very scary for ankles. Like, ankles and twisting your ankle. Like, if you would not wear stilettos in a dirty terrain, in a bumpy terrain, don't wear these. Truly, because you're, like I said earlier, you're gonna be walking on your feet for hours. I don't care if you're gonna sit down for like a set or two, you're still on your feet for hours. Even if it's 6 hours, 6 hours in these, 8 hours in these, maybe even longer. Girl, make sure, girl, boys, whoever you are, make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure you know how they're going to feel and how they're going to fit and everything before even wearing them to any event. And that's also for flat platforms. I know flat platforms are also very easier to walk in because they are flat. You don't have an actual heel to worry about. They are easier for anyone that's worried about, well, can I dance in them? Can I shuffle in them? Shuffling, you would need to practice. I'm telling you right now, I truly believe you would need to wholeheartedly practice in them, because like I said, they're not that heavy. They're not as heavy as you might think they are, but you need to practice. You truly do need to practice to know, okay, yeah, I can do this. And if not, then, well, girl, or boy, I'm sorry, but you already use them, because they already have this, I'm pretty sure all of them have a return policy that if they looked worn, they will not accept them. So, you know, you'll probably have to end up selling them online. But yeah, you can dance in them. Yes, you can dance in them. I'm more of a headbanger myself. I'm more into dubstep. I love that rhythm shit. And yeah, so it's a lot easier for me. It's more so just learning my balance. You also need to learn your balance in them, how to walk in them. Like, it's basically like walking in shoes, but just with a heel and just bigger and bulkier and just, yeah. But they are amazing. I promise you, anyone that's possibly thinking about getting them, just get them. I promise you, just get them and you will love them. They make every single look that you wear amazing. I can't even go back to regular shoes for festivals or events because I got myself trapped into platforms. If I'm gonna transfer into anything, they will be into boots. I have worn my Dr. Martens before to Project Z. I loved the way it looked, and after that, that's when I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna transition to wearing like actual rave or festival type of shoes because they just make everything look a lot better. But 100, really recommend everything. Take everything that I said and do it. Like, truly do it, because you will truly make your foot survive in many more ways than you think. And I actually got this video idea from, I think her name is Emma Livermore. I'm gonna check right now, actually, hold up. So like I was saying, platforms, they're not just based off on certain things. I don't know how they base off the pricing, but you can get them between 60, even 50, probably even $45 to over 200, even $300. I know a lot of people do sell them like online, on Instagram, on Twitter, on possibly even Snapchat, but you know, it's just, you, if you look for them, you will find them. I did find a pair once and I was very indecisive of getting them, and then someone else ended up buying them, and I got really sad because it was a really good price for them that someone else was reselling them for. And like I said, if you want to buy them just straight from the company, then you can do that. If you want to buy them from someone else, you can do that too. Most people, you know, they probably wear them once, twice, 3 times, and they resell them, and you can get them for a really good price rather than paying the original price. You pay them for a lot cheaper. So when you're looking for them, just be careful. Like, make sure that it is a trusted seller. Make sure if you're buying it from online that you do like the whole whatever it is, so you can pay payments, so you don't just drop all the money at once. And yeah, I truly do hope this video helped you guys. And yeah, like, I hope this really did give all of you guys some type of advice that you needed, or some type of help and support that you needed for trying to get platforms. So I actually got my idea from Emma Capellos. I'm pretty sure a lot of you probably follow her. That brightness. Let's see if I can bring the brightness down. I hope you guys can see that. I don't know, my ring light's really bright. Yeah, I got my idea from her because I did see she posted a video about shoes and stuff, but she didn't really talk about heeled platforms, and heeled platforms are a whole entire different subject and a whole entire survival kit. So like I said, please, whatever you do, if you need any more advice, feel free to comment below. I usually do respond back. Not usually, I always do respond back, just as long as I see it. Like, if I see it, you're gonna get a response back. If I don't, then I'm sorry. Like, because YouTube and the comments is just a whole different type of thing. Like, it's a mess. But yeah, platforms are amazing, and they're beautiful, and they're great. They're just, you just need your survival kit for them. And like I said, I will put a link below for this Dr. Scholl's. I did get it from Amazon, but I will put a link below. And I hope for whoever is thinking about buying platforms, heeled platforms, and you saw this video and you feel like you can do it, do it. I'm telling you, you will love them. And I hope this did help you, because like I said, I didn't get as much advice as I thought I needed when I first was asking about platforms, and I hope this helped you as much as it made me happy to give you some type of advice on something. And yeah, if you liked it, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Right now I am actually not on any social media, but I will put my social media ads, and I will probably get back on soon. But as of right now, I'm not on any social media. Like, I just needed like a social media cleanse. But yeah, I hope this really helped you guys, and I don't know, like, comment, subscribe, share. No, but for real, like, if you see anyone needing help with platforms, let them know about this video, so they know, you know, they can survive. They can truly survive in any type of platforms, any type of heeled platforms. So yeah, I hope you guys like this. I will be trying to upload a lot more. I know I said that last time, but you know, life happens, and yeah. So please, I am gonna try. Like, I am trying to come up with a lot of ideas for videos. So go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I love y'all, and I'll see you next time. So peace out. Woohoo. Bye. Thing is, I spent 120 on these ones, and these ones I think I spent 100. So it doesn't depend on the size or any of that. It just depends on the shoe itself. Like I said earlier, these are from Demonias, and these are the brand called Club EXX. I believe so. Club EXX is these specific platforms. These ones are amazing. Really recommend. They're so beautiful, so amazing. Yeah, like I said before, platforms can really range between, like, I've seen some for even $45, I think, unless they were like being resold for $45, but they can be for like $60 all the way